Network.
Hi everybody, it's time for your Farm and Ranch news. Well, Montana Governor Steve Bullock has sent a letter to Agriculture Secretary Sonny Perdue to allow some local processing in order to avoid food waste and to get local meat to Montana food banks for Montanans hardest hit by the impacts of COVID-19. Now, the USDA recently denied a request by the Montana Department of Livestock to consider modified protocols that would have allowed selected processors to process some local demand from Montana producers and farmers instead of continuing to require that product be processed at facilities that are increasingly reaching capacity. Allowing custom processing under USDA's modified guidance, they say, would cut down on food waste and also allow Montana-produced food to go to those local food banks, getting local meat and food to those families hardest hit by the impacts of this ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. And of course, we'll be sharing more on this important story in our next Montana Ag Network feature, which can be seen right here on this MTN station. In the meantime, stay with us, friends. We'll have more ag news right after this. The pandemic has certainly brought a lot of challenges here of late to farmers and ranchers, including sheep producers. And for this reason, the University of Wyoming is hosting a lamb market webinar this Thursday, April 30th. The Zoom virtual meeting will be hosted by Dr. Whit Stewart, UW's sheep specialist, and Bridger Fates, UW's livestock marketing specialist. This week I talked with Whit about this Thursday night's webinar.
Really, information exchange right now is critical, and what information is available is limited. And so what we've tried to do is synthesize all those sources to share some information and maybe some strategies that producers can be thinking about for this production year as they, we're lambing now, looking forward to the late summer, early fall markets, and maybe some things that can be done to implement to offset some of the risk that's associated with production during this crazy time period.
He says one of the challenges for sheep producers is the inability COVID-19 has created in getting lambs harvested for distribution to consumers.
I was looking at some data from USDA. We're down about 47,000 head of lambs as opposed to last year where we were at in terms of harvest. So we're losing a significant amount of harvest capacity in our industry, which is further antagonizing the other issues associated with distribution. We know we lost our food service outlets, and so those things are all kind of weighing in. And so we're hoping to give an up-to-date summary of what's happening and also provide some suggestions. Every operation is different in the sheep business, but hopefully we can get producers thinking about some contingency plans for the late summer and fall.
And even during these challenging times, Whit says it's important to stay optimistic.
That we were experiencing really good wool prices and really good increased uptick in lamb demand. I think it's important not to lose sight of the overall health of our industry prior to this pandemic. We're going to get back to good markets again. We just need to be thinking proactively right now. Just know that the sky is not falling on the sheep industry in the United States.
Now, this Thursday night's webinar starts at 7 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time and is, of course, open to everyone across the region. And Whit says to participate, all you have to do is email Caitlin Youngquist in their Worland office for a link to the Zoom meeting. Well, that's a look at your farm and ranch news. Have a great day.